Hey you! That's right, you! Do you know where the best seafood spots are in Tokyo? Because I sure do! Not all seafood is easy to find in Tokyo unless you know exactly where to look. So today I'm going to be taking you to 3 of what we think are some of the best seafood spots in the city. And some of them are hidden in little nooks and crannies in the back alleys, and some of what we're going to show you may even really surprise you. Wow! That is so cool! Look at all of this smoke! My gosh, it tastes like heaven. I love it. Some of it may not even fit in your mouth. So if you want to find out what I'm talking about, stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe for more Japan adventures if you haven't already. All right, let's go explore Asakusa first. Let's go! Located just 2 minutes away from the main building of Sensoji Temple is Waunn. This is a beautiful restaurant that you probably wouldn't find if you didn't know exactly where to look. It's located in an area that is kind of away from the shopping area, and you probably wouldn't come over here unless you knew exactly where to look. The exterior and the interior is also really beautiful. It gives these wonderful traditional Japanese vibes. I'm very excited to see what it looks like.
いらっしゃいませ。
い
いらっしゃいませ。こんにちは。いらっしゃいませ。こちらへどうぞ。
ありがとうございます。
柳原祐介と申します。昨年のですね、9月ね、こちらのお店をオープンさせていただきまして、で僕はですね、毎日ここにいてですね、お料理の方もさせていただいてますので。
お店はちょっとお寿司屋さんか懐石料理屋さんのような雰囲気なんですけど、来る時のイメージってあったんですか？
そうですね、やっぱり僕らはその伝統っていうのをすごく大切にしてまして、この食文化もそうですし、日本のトラディショナル的な部分っていうのを海外のお客様に伝えたかったので、このお店の雰囲気でっていうのも昔ながらの雰囲気を大切にしながら、まだ新しいものを作っていく、そういうのが僕らのイメージにあったので、こういう雰囲気にしました。
ちなみに浅草なので海外のお客さんも結構いらっしゃるんですか？
そうですね、半分ぐらいは海外のお客様に来ていただいてます。
じゃあ英語も対応できるんですか？
そうですね、当店は海外にいたスタッフもたくさんいますので、英語対応も、はい、可能でございますので、はい、
じゃあもしかしたら英語で全部できる感じですか？
そうですね、頑張りますと。
すごい海外行かれてたんですか？
そうですね、僕たちはもともとカナダの方に15年ほどいまして、そちらの方でもお店をやらせていただいたりとかですね、たくさん勉強させていただいたことがあります。
That is so crazy. Smallest world ever.
僕たちのお店はやっぱこの日本の素晴らしい食文化っていうのを通して世界のお客様たちに日本のこの素晴らしい食文化っていうのを僕らはどんどん発信していきたいっていう思いからこのお店を始めさせていただきました。こちらワウンチラシでございます。
ありがとうございます。お姫様がいただくような
お姫様用に作らせていただきました。
ありがとうございます。
すべてですね、厳選した食材、マグロとですね、サーモン、あとは北海道産のホタテですとか、あと北海道産もちろんウニ、イクラ、いろんな食材をですね、ふんだんに詰め込みまして、いろんなこの味わいをですね、一口で食べていただけるっていうコンセプトにしてあるんですね。なのでお醤油もですね、自家製のお醤油酢にかかってますので、こちらスプーンで召し上がっていただくといろんな味わいが口の中に広がりますので、とても楽しいと思います。
This is absolutely stunning. Honestly, like when we say donburi or kaisen don, that's like a seafood bowl. Usually, I mean, they could have a lot of seafood on it, but it just doesn't look quite as beautiful or luxurious and refined as this one does. There is so much seafood on top. Take a big bite. Here we go. いただきます。Wow. That is wonderful. There are so many different flavors in one bite. There's so many different textures and flavors from the seafood. You get the little popping of the salmon roe, you get the tender salmon, tender scallop, everything in one delicious bite. If you're a seafood lover, you're gonna have to try this. The rice itself is a little bit, it's quite savory. Normally chirashi sushi, which is like a mixed seafood vinegar rice dish. Basically chirashi sushi, the image of it is like a sushi bowl with sushi rice, but instead of rolling it up like a sushi, they just kind of throw all the tiny cuts of seafood into the rice. So this is a more premium and refined take on it. I don't have anything to say other than like, wow, very well done. All right, this is all so lovely, but as you all know, I love to eat and I love to try all of the menu. So we are gonna finish this. Some people are always worried that I don't finish the food. We always finish it as a team, but I do, for research, wanna try their premium bowl, just so you guys can see it. I'm doing this for you guys, just so you know. All right, so let's try the premium bowl.
失礼します。こちら極みでございます。
すごい綺麗ですね。
今日ですね、すべて北海道産のお魚になっておりまして、こちら一番上がですね、中トロになっております。で、真ん中がですね、大トロになってまして、で下がウニがですね、今回3種類、すべて北海道産のバフンになってるんですけども、それぞれエリアが違うウニになってまして、また違った味わいになってますので、それも楽しんでいただければと思います。
This is incredible. It has actually somehow exceeded the level of the first one that I had. Obviously, the pricing of this one is a little bit higher, actually quite a bit higher. So you know that you're getting premium ingredients, and this one is incredible. And of course, dusted with a generous serving of gold flakes and flowers. I don't think you can ask for more than this out of a seafood bowl. It is a little bit too pretty to eat, but I think we just have to go for it. Honestly, I think this is a seafood lover's dream. That salmon roe is so juicy. It also has a lot of flavor in it. I think he mentioned that he's already put some soy sauce mixed in there. You can really get that saltiness, the juiciness popping in your mouth. And then the uni is extremely creamy. Now let's try. I'm so curious about this tuna. There are these giant cuts of fatty tuna that look like Wagyu beef. So let's try this massive bite of chutoro tuna with the rice and the caviar. That was the best mouthful ever. It was probably a little bit too much in one go. My gosh, it tastes like heaven. I love it. And as soon as I took a bite, gold dust flew everywhere. So I kind of felt like a fairy. The sashimi is just fantastic. You couldn't ask for more from a premium bowl. 本当に全部めちゃめちゃ美味しかったです。ありがとうございます。最後になんですけど、もしよかったら、海外の皆さんに英語で何か一言メッセージありますか？
Hi everyone, thanks for watching this video. When you're in Asakusa, please visit Waunn. Thank you.
Yeah, please come and visit. And next time I'm in Edmonton, I'm gonna visit Dorinku, his other restaurant. I know we have a couple of Edmonton viewers on here, so now you know who founded Dorinku. I'm gonna continue enjoying my meal, but we still have more seafood to come. So I'll see you guys at the next spot. I'm here now in busy and bustling Tsukiji Marketplace. There's a lot going on here. This was once the largest fish market in the entire world, moving about 2,000 tons of fish every single day. Although the fish market has officially moved to Toyosu now, where the famous tuna auction is held, Tsukiji still remains a really great place to get fresh seafood, thanks to modern technology, high-speed trains, and air cargo, which can deliver fish often just hours after it was caught to this area. Not to mention, the seafood shops have been here for ages thanks to the history of this marketplace, so it is very much still loved by locals. And I'm going to be tracking down something massive here today. So if you're a seafood lover, you're going to want to follow me to find out what that is. Let's go. All right, I'm here now in one of the deeper back streets of Tsukiji, and I'm going to be finding a very nice seafood shop that might be a little bit tricky to find if you're not actively looking for it, but it's actually right there behind me, and it's called Saito's Fish Market. They actually were founded originally in 1967, and then they moved here to Tsukiji in 1999. So this is a very long established shop, and they're known for a wide range of fresh seafood like king crab, abalone, and also a lot of fresh tuna. But I'm here for one thing and one thing only, and that's their massive oysters that they boast to have. They are really something from what I can see online, so let's go see if we can get one of those giant ones. There's also the biggest crab I've ever seen in my life. Okay, I've got this giant oyster. Look at this. This one's from a place called Minami Sanriku, which is the coast of northern Japan. And my gosh, it is massive. Look at that. It's bigger than my own mouth, so there's no way you could eat this in one go. Some people eat raw oysters and just like slurp them up. That's not gonna be possible. So I'm gonna have to take a bite of this. Look at this, this is crazy. Okay, so what I've done is I've put the lemon and the ponzu on top to give it some flavor. So before I eat this, I just want to preface this with the fact that normally I'm not the biggest fan of oysters, especially raw oysters, but I have had some really good ones before, so let's see if this measures up to it. Here we go. Itadakimasu. Oh, that's really good actually. The lemon and ponzu definitely help. They give it a little bit of acidity and flavor. And my gosh, it is really creamy. All right, so if you want to get this giant one, just a caveat that you actually have to ask for it. So this one costs 1,300 yen, and it's not out in the front. The other ones are smaller, and they're about 800, 700 yen. So yeah, 1,300 yen for this massive oyster. What do you guys think? Do you think it's worth it? I think if you're an oyster fan, you'd probably want to try this. It's very fresh, very creamy. Give it a try when you're in Tsukiji. Anyway, I'll see you guys at the next location because we still have a lot more seafood to try out in Tokyo today. See you guys there. Oh my god, it's so creamy. Tucked away in the back streets of Gotanda now is this lovely sushi restaurant right here. The first floor restaurant is called Sushi Tokyo 81, and it actually has a bit of a secret second restaurant that just opened on the second floor, and that's called Sushi Yaneura. And the name means the sushi restaurant under the roof or behind the roof. So it does feel a little bit more private and secret, which I love. The second floor dining restaurant actually has private rooms. You can enjoy fresh sushi, but you can also enjoy counter sushi, like sushi made right in front of you at the counter at Sushi Tokyo 81. And they'll be serving some Edomae-style sushi, which is a classic type of sushi from the Edo period in Tokyo, with a red vinegar rice that apparently is quite unique to this restaurant itself. And in particular, I'm going to be sampling their omakase course, a few items their omakase course. So let's go inside and check it out. Beautiful. こんにちは。
大将をやらさせていただいている菊池と申します。よろしくお願いします。
お願いします。
五反田の隠れ家的な江戸前寿司をコンセプトにやっております。で、雰囲気的には超高級ではなくて、ちょっとカジュアルな感じで楽しんでいただければなっていう思いでやっておりますね。多分でかいので切った方がテンション上がるかな。
ですね。Not very often you get to see this huge chunk in front of you. どのパーツが一番美味しいとかってあるんですか？
ちょっと部位的にはここが赤身の部分ですね。ここから先中トロになるんですけど、ここの部分が血合い岸って言って、血合いの味の濃い部分と中トロの脂の乗った部分、一番ここも美味しい部分ですね。で、ここから中トロが始まってきて、この辺から大トロ、お腹の大トロになってきますね。
こうやって見るの初めてかもです。Look at this. This is the aburi, which means the seared, and this is the fatty tuna, the otoro. It looks incredible. Oh, this looks gorgeous. Here we go. Wait, that is incredible. I'm not even exaggerating. That was a flavor bomb. That might be one of the top seared otoro tuna sushis I've actually had. The flavor is just top notch. Like, man, that's just the right amount of saltiness, like juiciness. I would have a bunch more of those if I could. Oh, sugoi! Wow, that is so cool. Look at all of this smoke. Oh, and it smells amazing. Now that's dinner in a show right there. 燻製のこの香りなんですけど、何の香りなんですか？
桜チップを使ってますね。
桜の木？
はい。
What more could you ask for? You come to Japan, you want to see cherry blossoms, you can also smell cherry blossom trees. Well, this is very exciting. I can't wait to see how the smoke influences the flavor of the fish. So why don't we dig in, give it a try? That's so different from anything I've actually had before. There are so many flavors at play in my mouth right now. First of all, the smokiness of the sakura cherry blossom wood is very apparent. Like as soon as I put it in my mouth, there was cherry blossom smokiness just everywhere, wafting through my mouth, through my nose. It's wonderful. The bonito fish as well, lots of flavor. It's very juicy. And in addition to that, the onion soy sauce is really wonderful. It is a good time and very delicious as well. That's another one I would get a bunch more times if I could. ありがとうございます。アイスみたい。Look at that! It's fresh sea urchin sushi roll served like an ice cream cone, and it's melting like an ice cream cone without any additives or preservatives, so it should not be bitter. Let's give it a try. Once again, really nice balance of flavors. I'm very impressed by the flavor profiles. First of all, the uni sea urchin, incredibly creamy, melts in your mouth. So creamy, buttery, not bitter at all. And that's because of the absence of something called myoban, which in English is alum. And that's often something that's used to preserve the shape of the uni. But this one doesn't use it, and that makes it really sweet and buttery without the bitterness. And in addition to that, there's some rice on the inside of the seaweed roll, and the seaweed is also a little bit salty and has a little bit of umami flavor. So that all comes together with a little bit of like crispness from the seaweed, saltiness, creaminess, all together a very nice balanced bite. Well, that was wonderful, but now it's time for me to enjoy the last dish of the sampling that I get to do of the course. In reality, it's a very big course, but I'm gonna try one of the last dishes today, which is not sushi.
そしたらお次は茶碗蒸しいきますね。
茶碗蒸しで、こちらって何なんですか？
はトリュフですね。
これトリュフ、なかなか丸ごとのトリュフ見たことないかも。I've eaten truffle before, but I've never actually seen, I realized I've never seen the whole thing. Very cool. So 上に削っていくんです。この茶碗蒸しの特徴とかって何かあるんですか？
中にスモークチーズを入れた茶碗蒸しになってますね。で、上にはトリュフをかけてあります。
かなり珍しいスタイルの茶碗蒸しですね。
そうですね。お寿司屋さんでチーズ使うと怒られちゃうんですけど、チーズ美味しいんで、よかったらぜひ。
ちょっといろいろなんかユニークなモダンなものも取り入れてるんですね。素晴らしい。Wow, this is so, I want to say luxurious. You don't normally get this much truffle. That is wonderful. That's not like any chawanmushi I've ever had before. This one has cheese, and it has a little bit of like a creamy, smoky flavor, and then the truffles on top give it this wonderful mushroomy truffle fragrance. If you don't like a traditional Japanese egg custard, you might like this one. It almost feels like they've added a bit of a Western twist to a Japanese dish. 今日は本当に全部いただいた4品すっごく一個一個ユニークで美味しかったです。海外のお客さんもたまに来られると思うんですけど、英語とかもちょっと対応できたりできるんですか？
英語あまり得意ではないんですけど、雰囲気でこう楽しくワイワイやってもらえればと思いますんで、はい。
じゃあ海外のお客さんに何か一言メッセージあったら。
雰囲気楽しくやるんで。ぜひいらっしゃってください。
So you heard the man. He says he doesn't speak a lot of English, but he'll make sure it's fun for you guys. So don't worry, you can communicate with gestures and Google Translate. So there's no problem. So you can book this course on byfood.com in English, which is super convenient. We'll have the links down in the description below for both restaurants and the QR codes on the screen. And the course itself has about 17 pieces in total. So I've only tried 4 today, but you will get a lot of enjoyment out of this meal. So definitely check that out. Well, this was a wonderful sushi experience, and honestly a really fun day just exploring the seafood that's available in the city in maybe a few parts of town that you probably wouldn't actually seek out to go to get seafood aside from Tsukiji. I hope this was interesting for you, and I hope that you found something that you would love to try next time you're in Tokyo. And please let me know in the comments which seafood I tried today would be your biggest go-to that you're definitely going to try when you come to Tokyo. I'd love to know what your favorites are, and also would you be able to handle eating the massive oyster that I had earlier? I'd also love to know that. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a like, comment, don't forget to subscribe, and if you'd like to come to this restaurant or the wonderful restaurant upstairs, you can actually book those on byfood.com, which is very convenient because you can book it all in English. The links to both the downstairs and the upstairs restaurants will be in the description down below and on the QR codes on the screen, which should be very convenient to scan and book. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed discovering these restaurants and food stops today, and we'll see you guys very soon in another video. Bye! If you enjoyed this video, click the photos on the left for more, and click the one on the right to learn more about byFood and book your own Japan adventures.